What do you see here?
There is people who see a rock, there is people who see a plant, and there is also some people that see a Godzilla sushi, but in fact it's an animal.
We are the co-directors of Percebes,
and we are here to show you the behind the scenes.
This is an animated documentary that follows the path of a very special animal. From the rock to the plate, its journey helps us portray a region, its people, and a collective feeling. In these different places, we hear the voices from Algarve talking about the relationship with the animal, with the city, with the tourism, and the sea.
The locals in this region of Algarve, where this film takes place and where I grew up, it's common to show an admiration to Percebes, goose barnacle in English. I think somehow it's because of the adrenaline that involves to catching them. Also, their weird appearance. This feeling of connection, it's harder for a visitor who doesn't understand this context.
The reasons why we chose Percebes are several. It's very rich visually.
And it also means understand in Portuguese.
We find a lot of similarities to how the Percebes and the Algarvians live.
For all these reasons, Percebes became the best narrator possible to the reality that we wanted to portray. We find very powerful to give voice to real people. People that represent Algarve throughout the year. For the high season and low season. Omar, Marisa, Rita, João. We wanted the people to feel represented, to feel the real people and the real place. I grew up in Algarve, in one of the most touristic places in Portugal, called Praia da Rocha. Nowadays, it's difficult to find anyone who lives there the whole year. Usually it's more Airbnbs and beach bars, but people who live there the whole year, you cannot find it anymore. The tourism in Algarve has been present since the 70s. And now we see other cities following the same path, the path of the unsustainable tourism. This conversation became really present on our daily lives. On our studio, it's common to talk about this theme. It became really present.
This film rises from a desire that has been growing in the past years. We lived in Lisbon, we saw Lisbon get extremely touristic, we moved to Porto, we saw Porto change, and we've been seeing its citizens being pushed further and further from the center. There's a feeling of loss of space in our cities that are constantly changing. We chose Algarve because people have been living this reality for longer, and we felt that they were the right people to give voice to this subject. We recorded the interviews in several moments. We spent time with each person in Algarve. We drew, and the conversations were very genuine and relaxed for the fact that they are not being filmed, just recorded. This way, it was very important for us to get a feeling of honesty. One of the people that we interviewed said, I can say whatever I want, because at the end it will be a cartoon speaking, it's not me. And this relaxed feeling, it's really nice because somehow people allow themselves to make further on their speech and brings more authenticity. So this is something that just anidoc can bring us. Throughout the animation movements, we wanted to portray little details that we didn't have in recordings, but we want them to be present visually. Also to connect the several spaces on our journey.
As pessoas aqui sentem que a terra lhes é tirada sempre.
We really wanted to feel water.
We share a lot of the same values and views in life, and we grew up a lot together in the world of animation, and this brought us a lot of companionship, which is very needed when you're making films together.
As a duo, documentary makes a lot of sense when we want to portray a concrete reality, because this way we can talk about our points of views, and it's important to have a more shared vision, and at the end these conversations make the film stronger.
The need to experience the place you're representing is very important to us, so we decided to bring our small team of animators to spend some days in Algarve. So when we are talking with them about the context and what we want to represent in this reality, they already know what we are talking about. With the team, we visit a lot of places, we drew some Percebes, we drew the characters, and we basically just had a lot of fun during that time.
And all of this brought us more confidence, and it brings also a really nice communication, which is really important for us.
The theme and technique have a strong connection in our films. By using watercolor, we can feel water that somehow connects us to the sea. This feeling is also present on the camera movements, where the movements are made to make us feel like we are on a boat on a sea.
We also choose three main colors that we use throughout the film. Red for the sunburned skins, blue for the sea, and the black for the Percebes and the suits from the fishermen.
This film was co-produced by BAP Animation Studios and Iki Films. We value the collective work, and this reflects a lot on how we organize at BAP Animation Studios.
Being both mothers, it's really important to have a net and understanding with the people you work with.
We've been working for the last 15 years together, and we have created a unique environment based on companionship alongside dear friends.